Hey friends, I'm Amy, and today I would like to share with you the Pickin Thyme story. So way back in 2014, I decided I needed to do something different and less stressful. And so I started thinking about a home-based business that would include my family. At the time, the boys were much younger and we were homeschooling, as we still are today. And we decided to get a few chickens, and we thought that would be a great thing to add to our learning experiences. And so the boys have always had chickens since they were really young, and they take care of them. And so the benefit of that is that we get to eat their yummy eggs. So we opened a business called Pickin Thyme, and we formed an LLC. And so Joe and I got the ball rolling, and we went to the Foothills Farmers Market, where we sold artisan breads that we baked in our own home kitchen, and jams and jellies that we made at home using some of our own fruits. And we also sold some fresh herbs that we grew, and some other things like gluten-free cornbread and just various other plants and things. Well, it has evolved over the years, and as the boys have been growing up, they've continued to help me. And in 2020, I came up with the idea to start a flower farm. That was about the time COVID started, and rather than being stuck in the house, I wanted to be outside doing something that I enjoyed. So I started with a few packs of seeds and grew various flowers that were pretty easy to grow, like dahlias and sunflowers and black-eyed Susans and marigolds and just a lot of other things, along with some basil and different herbs that would look good in bouquets. And in the beginning, we had a very rough start with a pretty large space here on the Kendrick farm, and we just were overrun with weeds, and it was just a labor of love. But today we are operating on about 1/4 an acre of land where we just grow all kinds of flowers, herbs, and fruits and vegetables. So here we are today. When we first started our orchard, we started with just a few fruit trees, such as apples. So they're growing. They started as little 3 or 4 foot high things, and today they're towering over us. So we have numerous different apples, Fuji, and I think Granny Smith and Honeycrisp, I think, are some different apples. We also started with things like figs and peaches. Always fun to see in the spring and early summer when you actually get to see the fruit of your labor. I added a pear tree last year. Actually 2020 was when we added that pear tree, and we have a larger pear tree here. We've added blueberries, so these are still younger plants here. We have blackberries, and then there's a strawberry patch, more apple trees. And so in and amongst all this, we have lots of herbs and flowers, and the height of the season is usually mid-June through the end of July. So that's when it looks like a big field of flowers. Right now, there's plenty of flowers for me to make bouquets and sell them at the Foothills Farmers Market. But the big showy flowers are yet to come. They'll be coming in June and then the months to come. But the varieties we have are like gladiolas, which will bloom here pretty soon. I see the flower spikes forming. Snapdragons, wildflowers. This morning I actually planted about 130 sunflowers, and so these are the sunflower babies that I grew from seed, started them indoors under lights. and the boys helped me get the mulch in, which we make our own compost as well. And then sometimes we use store-bought compost, and we use a lot of leaf litter because leaves make excellent mulch. We put down a lot of leaves just raked from our own yard. They're free and easy, so they make great mulch. But I have succession planted the sunflowers, so these are the older ones, while the ones that you just saw are the newer ones. And then I have a tray here that is going to be ready to plant soon too. This is my trusty wheel hoe that I use to get some of the beds ready. And Joe does a lot of the tilling and mowing and raking and many other chores, as do Benjamin and Elijah. They are a big help around our farm too. And so just walking through our yard, we have multiple beds. So we have right about a quarter of an acre, as I said, that we use for nothing but fruits and flowers. But there's the small bed over here with hellebores that have already been used, or they've already bloomed and finished, and a hydrangea. I've always got things that I'm working on planting. So right now I have some raspberries that are waiting to be planted. This is one of the newer beds where I have a variety of flowers here as well, and some of them are the type that will bloom in the second year, like the ones with the big leaves in the middle, which are hollyhocks. And then these have been blooming, just a variety of things here like statice and scabiosa, salvia. And in the background there are some sunflowers, and a whole bunch of them have already been picked and used in bouquets, and then I'm waiting on the next successions to bloom. We use a lot of foliages that we have already on our property, such as Nandina. It has these neat little white flowers this time of the year, and it has really nice foliage as well. And then another garden is by our porch. We actually have two of them by our porch. We call these our kitchen gardens. And I had tulips and daffodils that bloomed earlier this spring, and I used a lot of those in bouquets, but they are done for this year. There is coneflower that is just getting started. So it's this pretty purple flower here, and there's several others mixed in. Some more snapdragons and some basil and forget-me-nots and some other things that I've just recently planted. So now we're at the end of May 2022, and more events are happening where I can supply the flower arrangements. And so I'm available as your local flower grower and bouquet maker, and I can make beautiful bouquets for whatever you have in mind. Baby shower, a wedding shower, something beautiful. And this is just one example. This one includes gardenias and a beautiful poppy, some bee balm, lamb's ear, some dusty miller, and just some other pretty things. And so this would be considered just a regular size bouquet like I sell at the farmer's market, but I can make smaller ones for tables that people sit around, and I can make much larger ones as well. So let me know if I can help you with some beautiful flower arrangements. Thanks for watching. Bye.